Hello folks and welcome to this week's Music Alerts. Got a batch of vinyl for you this week, but before we get there, CD. And we start with a new album from a band new to me called The Mad Walls, or Christopher Mercado to his mother, and his new album, Have You Heard the News? This arrives in a gatefold digipack with lyrics printed on the inside cover in a micro font that I can just about read in the correct light. Musically, this is deep psychedelia. I mean, you hear this a lot, don't you? This or that group have channeled this or that 60s band. But really, if someone had said, hey, have you heard this lost, obscure 60s psychedelia treasure? I would have been totally fooled. This one has the sound, it has the innocence, that sense of being lost, a certain simplicity and directness. That is the rejection of complexity and sophistication. Our Christopher has gotten out of bed, he has sung a song, and then he's got straight back into bed, still wearing his caftan. It's that kind of album. Vintage fare now from Avid, and a 5-album themed collection, R&B, blues, all around that kind of area. It's called The Big Easy, and it's based on a New Orleans feel from Lee Dorsey, Joe Jones, Barbara George, well, 2 albums from old Babs, Clarence Frogman Henry, and Ernie K. Doe. 5 albums remastered onto 2 CDs. Oh, and you also get 7 bonus tracks. This one has value for money written all over it. Next, a new archival package, in fact, the official archive series Volume 3 from Status Quo, a limited 2 CD collection. I have number 826 out of 7,000. At least I think it is. Those numerals look a little bit avant-garde to me. This one features a 2008 recording from the band's In Search of the Fourth Chord tour at the Western Burt Arboretum, which, and I don't think the CD says this, and well, at least I can't find it on the sleeve, this is in Gloucestershire, and it's just south of Teprey, if you know the area. It's been described as a magical tree garden. It's a rather lovely place, and that's where the concert took place. This package arrives in a rather lovely multi-gatefold digipack and features 21 tracks. And if you're of a vinyl bent, you can buy I think it's triple vinyl package, if analog is your bag. Next we have Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention and a multi-gatefold digipack 3 CD package, a 32 track collection called Whiskey A Go-Go 1968. Well, if you want to be precise, the 23rd of July 1968, which features 3 complete sets at that famous club, which occurred in one day. Basically, the Mothers took over the entire club for that day. This one has been newly mixed and remastered from the original tapes from the legendary archive. Now, portions of these recordings have been released here and there, but never the entire thing. Now, the event was actually advertised at that time as a live recording, so I'm assuming Zappa had intentions to release the thing at some point, but that never occurred during the man's lifetime. This new collection has been produced by Ahmet Zappa and Joe Travers, and there will be a 5 vinyl disc version if you're feeling flush. In this particular CD version, you also get a 38-page booklet featuring a host of interviews, including from Alice Cooper, who was there at the time. From Esoteric now, and a clamshell box set from Nektar, or Nektar, depending how you want to say it, a rock band ultimately formed in Germany, but created by 4 Englishmen, based on the 1976 album Recycled, which was a sort of early spacey prog outing. This box set features a newly remastered copy of the album from the original tapes. You also get an original Jeff Emerick mix from 1975, and that has also been remastered In addition to that lot, you get 2 live outings. They are the Massey Hall Toronto concert from the 26th of May 1976, also the Live at Calderone Concert Hall, Long Island, USA, 24th of July 1975. That, my friends, is a 5 CD package. Also on Esoteric is an expanded 2 CD version of Families, A Song for Me from 1970, newly remastered and including 14 bonus tracks from singles and BBC radio sessions spanning 1969 to 1970 and including things like John Peel's Sunday Concert. Next we have Cherry Red and a box set compilation called Do the Strum, subtitled Joe Meek's Girl Groups and Pop Chanteurs 1960 to 1966. This is a 3 CD, 88, I think it's 88, unless I've miscounted, 88 track set that derives from the legendary T-chest tapes. Contained in a clamshell box, this set features artists like Eve Boswell, Glenda Collins, The Honeycombs, Pat Reeder, and many more. Many of these artists may have released a solitary single, others may not have even have got that far. More than that though, 40 of these tracks here are previously unreleased. The set includes all known A and B sides, material from the abandoned Live It Up film soundtrack, abandoned singles, auditions, demos, alternative versions of familiar recordings, lots of good stuff. First up is 1991's Beat Songs transformed into Beat Songs Deluxe from the Blue Aeroplanes, the UK, what would you call them? Art rock band, I think you would say. This is a record store release presented in a very nice gatefold. The album itself spans 3 sides, while the 4th offers 4 bonus tracks. Musically, there's a little bit of the Wonder stuff in this album, a little bit of the Charlatans, maybe, just a little bit of the baggy side of music, but with maybe a harder edge to that genre. It's a beautiful little package anyway, from Chrysalis. Next piece of vinyl comes from Portugal, and it's HHY and the Macumbas on the Horror Vector label, with the album Bon Song Mao. I hope I pronounced that right, probably not, apologies if so. Kind of translates to Good Bad Blood. This is an instrumental percussion heavy outing based on percussive loops, repetitive beats and tribal vibes. It may be a little bit too repetitive for some, but you can't deny the energy infused here. Finally, the original Staples Junior Singers were a gospel soul siblings group from the Browns family from Mississippi. And these people were inspired by the original Staples singers. The Staples Junior Singers did release a notable LP back in 1975 called When Do We Get Paid? The group then fizzled out at the end of the decade as a collective, although the members of the group did sing in other collectives. Well, the original group continues to this day. They've all got back together, the surviving members anyway. In fact, it's turned into a bit of a family franchise, folks. The family has now hit its 4th generation. So what we have here are 3 of the original members with other younger family members adding to the recipe. So what we have here is, 50 years later, the group's 2nd album called Searching on the Loaka Bop label. And that's it, folks. Thanks for staying to the end of this video. Can I ask you, before you go, can you click on the like and subscribe buttons down below just to keep this channel moving upwards? And further down, there's a link to my Patreon page. There's all kinds of extra music-related features, written and video type of stuff over there. Please check it out. There's all kinds of bits and bobs you may find interesting. In addition, there's a whole heap of reviews and features, music-related, on my website. There's a link for that down there too. And also my Facebook group, which you're welcome to join. I will be back, same place, same day, next week, next Saturday, there'll be another Music Alerts video. If you're more hi-fi orientated, on Sundays there's something hi-fi flavoured, a review or some such. I hope to have your company on either days or even both. Hey, until then folks, bye-bye for now.